Anyway, quick little house tour, crib tour for our little beach shack. It is cold outside. It is below freezing right now. Here we go. This is the entryway, obviously. Here's my shoes. It's a bedroom. Across the way, this is the bath. Sorry, I kept the toilet lid open. Let's see. Close that. I'm getting better luck. There you go. Little kitchen. A nice little stove, induction stovetop, combo, Bosch combo oven and microwave, and what do you call that? The convection oven. Little balcony out there. It's got a swimming pool. They let it go green and stagnant in the winter. Probably prior to climate change, you could probably ice skate on it. Yes, you see it's still kind of packed up for the winter, not for non-usage, but little skylight up there and loft for the kiddos to sleep. Having a water heater problem, so got it kind of messed up here. There you can see two bunks and actually a third one on its side. There's the water heater that's an issue. It's not full height, so I have to duck. Adults have to duck when they're up here. Yeah. So yeah, definitely got it for a price that would barely get you a car in the US. Well, nice car. And artwork done by a friend. Little pantry closet there. And there's the entry from a different angle. So I was gonna buy a cheapo bike at Decathlon, but then I saw this sign in Moliets, and voila. I am the owner of a fine used rental bike. Here's a little better look at the bike. So I've just spent the better part of the last hour driving from our apartment in Moliets to Dax to shop for some water toys for the apartment at France's discount chain sporting goods store. You can see that in the background. And yeah, as we approached Dax, I was disheartened to see that it is a sprawling suburban wasteland of single-family homes and big sprawling shopping areas with big box stores. Okay, some of them being American brands. Here you see Burger King in the background. Yeah, very, very car-oriented. Sad to see France go in the same direction that the U.S. irreversibly went. Alright, doing a roundabout, round and round, to show you a little bit about pretty much strip mall city out here. So I arrived in Moliets a couple of days ago and have just been absorbed with kind of fix the glitches issues in our new beach apartment, and things such as the water heater's not working. Here's not enough cable to get the internet installed, so I gotta hire an electrician for that, things like that. Anyway, but I want to show you what a ghost town this place is in January. It's kind of like Mimizon last year in February. This is even more ghostly. So right here, this is hopping in the summer.
This is wait a second, right in here, there's a big video arcade, just packed full of kids. And there's 2 grocery stores, really, pretty good sized markets right up ahead. There's one, and then there's another one further down. And you can see there's some cars parked. I'm not sure what they do, and people just working and fixing things up for the next stuff. Once the season starts to slowly starts like in April. Yeah, anyway, here you go. I was filming, but not filming. I didn't have it turned on. Anyway, what do I say is, like, it's really hopping. And the season opens around April, but it's pretty slow until July and August when it's really hopping. And then as the school comes back in, starts up again, it starts to go slow down. And if businesses close, and a couple stay open until October for the school, national school vacations in October. Toussaint's vacations, they call it. Anyway, look at that. Just restaurant after business that's closed. There's a couple of full-time restaurants. There's this house here. I noticed somebody's living in there, but everything else is just like little apartments that people keep just for the summer as a résidence secondaire, as they call it, or pied à terre. It's another French word for your little house in the country or house at the beach. Love this hotel, love their croissants, love their coffee. And they were open through Toussaint's vacances, but as you can see, they're totally closed. All sorts of activities going on here in the summer. Various events, music out on this little plaza here. All sorts of surf shop businesses. Yep, a little winded going uphill. There you can see. Maybe that's too much zoom. There you go. Yep. That's a really nice lady there, Dutch lady. I rented a surfboard from her. And then as we get up towards the beach, headed down to the beach. Here's the lifeguard station all closed up. We're gonna head up on those stairs. Get a better look out on the beach. The temperature today dropped quite a bit. It was pretty warm yesterday. But today it was about 25 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning, so well below freezing. And then I'd say it's in the 30s, mid 30s, upper 30s now. Or in Celsius, maybe 1 or 2 degrees. Let's see. So there's a nice offshore breeze, but not much of a swell. There was a little bit going on this morning. Saw some surfers on what I would say were 2 to 3 foot. Now it's down to about 1 foot. Also, there were some fishermen out there where the river mouth is. Anyway, let's head back onto the bike, pedal up the hill. These sand dunes, man, they're a trip. And in the winter, they just cover everything. Like the whole bike trail was gone, just buried, that I was riding earlier this morning. Here you go, another view of the plaza. You want to take a peek at the bike trail that was buried? Okay, see on the other side of this, these wood fences that are actually bike racks, that is a bike trail. And it's completely buried. I mean, a nice paved bike trail, not a dirt one. Moliets has like 4 or 5 campgrounds, and then, I don't know, like 6 or 7 surf camps, which get the local surfers and even local commercial businesses not so happy about the surf camps. Anyway, there's the only restaurant in the in this Moliets Plage that's open in the winter. I was surprised to see that. Amazon, that's a cafe that we love, but they're closed in the winter. Everything's closed in the winter, except that one little restaurant. And from what I can tell, they have people in there every night so far that I've been here. Look at that. All closed. All closed. Everything closed. Why are you gonna wait for me? So we're gonna go check the surf. Let me see here. Probably don't really need to lock it for such a brief thing. There's the bike. So I started surfing in southern Florida at the age of 12 and came to California at the age of 15, and that was, for me, coming from southern Florida, really cold water. I've never fully adjusted to having put on a wetsuit, especially a full suit, and that initial shock you get when you go into cold water. In fact, last year, if you remember, I did a video about the bizarre event that happened to me where I got something I'd never heard of called cold water amnesia. Lasted for 4 or 5 hours. Didn't know had no short-term memory during that period of time. Small waves and steamy water. Haven't seen that since Florida. It's because it's so cold out. It's below freezing. Not sure what, I'd guess in the 20s Fahrenheit. Pretty cool looking. Okay, here we go. We're heading back. Whee! Wow, post sunset. I guess that's called dusk, maybe. The sort of Pyrenees foothills in Spain as viewed from La Gravière Plage in Osagor. Pretty amazing. Very calm seas, light offshore. Wow, the most amazing sunrises and sunsets here. Look at that. Incredible. All right, even though this is the last day and my last chance to go surfing, that is going to be really hard to motivate for. Eek. Yeah, I don't think that's happening for me. And there in the distance, you can see the beginnings of the Pyrenees. And that may actually be Spain down there. It was a little closer when I viewed it from Osagor. Look at the surf fishermen down there. Oops.
I've got it on a lot big zoom now. It's probably coming in pretty grainy at 20 times 20 zoom. So where they're fishing right there is at the river mouth. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Uchet. Okay, there I go. I tried to pronounce it. Hutchet or something like that. It's the only river mouth, I believe, on this stretch of French coast that hasn't been channelized with riprap. So it's a sort of natural winding, changing river mouth that just works its way right through the beach. Super cool. And they have this these tours on boats on like Venetian gondola type boats where they just push through this marshy river. And that was the GoPro beeping. And yeah, and they call it the Little Amazon of France. So it's very I guess very like not tropical but mangrovey, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, look it up. It's at Moliets, et-maa. So shout out to my friend Gordon. Does this remind you of Oregon or Washington beaches? I don't know. I've never been to those beaches. I'm asking though, because from what I've seen on Google Earth, there's a lot of sand dune and forest there, and the latitude is similar. So cleaned up just a little bit. It's midday. I think I'm gonna go ahead and venture out just to get wet. All right, so I am gonna go out surfing. I'm not gonna be able to film it since I don't have any water gear, so to speak. The GoPro 10 is supposed to be waterproof, but I don't have anything to attach it to me with, made for the water. And not only that, actually the GoPro 10 leaked in the lake, so I know you can buy housing for it that gives it that extra measure, and maybe that's what I'll do in the future. Well, I am back from surfing, and it was much better than it looked. A solid 2 to 3 feet, and glassy, more or less, and consistent. And there wasn't a single person out. In fact, I'm more of a scaredy cat when it comes to sharks than most surfers. Something about having had close encounters in Florida when I was a kid, I think, maybe, or maybe I'm just a natural scaredy cat. I used to get spooked going down dark alleys and that sort of thing. So, yeah, being out there all by myself at a river mouth, I start getting spooked. Imagination starts working on me. Yeah, I had a great time. Really glad I went out. It was going to seem a bit weak if I came all the way out here, even though it wasn't there were plenty of reasons to come out here beyond surfing, but it was going to seem pretty weak if I didn't even hit the water once. So, mission accomplished. Except for fixing the water heater in the apartment or getting internet installed. Neither of those missions, primary missions, have been accomplished. So I'm here at the Toulouse train station. Got here an hour earlier than I had was thinking I was getting here. So I got about an hour and 15 minutes to kill. So this will probably be the last clip of this trip. I don't, maybe when I get home, I'll do a clip, but unless I see something extraordinary on the way back. I've already filmed the train on the way here. There's no reason to film it again.